of the Missouri before for 2015, and what reason caused the 2015 protest? So I will divide in two periods. The one is the integration and the post-World War II area, and the other one is the year before the for 2015 protest. To begin with, in 1950s, many media will report that Richard became Missouri's first black student. However, they didn't report that he was treated unfair. Richard was entered his graduate school only after suing Missouri, and he said it was segregation of campus, that he couldn't find any place to eat and no one would like to become his roommate. And the other one is the year before 2015. In August 2014, a white police officer shot an 18 years old black man. And what's controversial is the media didn't talk about the black man was holding a shotgun, and the stone was just being robbed, and so that's why police officer shoot him. So many media will be controversial and report differently. So I think social media controversial is a kind of main cause of the 2015 protest.
I think everybody knows these four events, and then I will just analyze these events and to show. Firstly, who I put those all the people into two groups that are white students and colored students. And firstly, who can get profit? The whole colored students and also the university and also some football teams colored members. And who can get hurt? There are white students and some white students group and some university controllers who support with those white students. And secondly, why? Why can the white students do those sort of things? Because of their discontent, and also they argue university's decision and discriminate colored students. And for colored students, just because of unfair phenomenon and also the racism and also the activities. Thirdly, the purpose. For the white students, they want to strike university and they want to get rid of the colored people. They think colored people is worse than white people, just because of their dirty mind. And for colored students, they just want to get respect and freedom. They want to create a fair university. And that's the reason why they resign president. At last, this is the conclusion for these four events. In my perspective, I must admit that this is a successfully protest, and it finally, I'm getting proud of those colored students. And they successfully changed the university system, and then that university system become better and better. And this is also a very standard example for other universities' colored students. And I think this will be very useful for them.
Now I talk about the result. After a lot of things, the protest of Missouri finally get to the end. You thought about the things during protests. I generalized a few results that I can think or see on the article of those others, just like this. Then I talk about the protest. As a Chinese, a big event of protest is hard to imagine in China. Not only the government not allow people to protest, but also we will think more about the benefit of the protest. Or in other words, does the benefit is greater than the harm of the protest? So to think about the benefiting protest, I think maybe fewer or no white people will insult the black in the public, but you will still change the thought in their deep mind. The school leader may be more concerned about the racial environment and will be more careful about such a kind of things happening in the school. But will the conflict of the racial be more serious in Missouri? No one can know about it. The harm to the Missouri is so big that not only harm the school but also harm the students in the big family. After Wolf resigned from Missouri, he wrote a letter to many of his friends. The main content of the letter is complaining about the situation he met in Missouri and asked for feedback for himself. Although many people think the Wolf is ridiculous, I also see many different things in the letter. Before I read the letter, I think the entry of the football team is the main reason of the winning of the protest. So I think because of the money loss in the protest, that makes Wolf bend down. After I see loss of the football team is just a little part of the loss in Missouri, I think that the care of Missouri in Wolf's heart is real. Let's think about what the biggest fault that Wolf make. It doesn't deal the black students' request well at first and don't deal the students' protest as homecoming day well. Does it have the enough serious to make so many black students get such angry to ask Wolf resign? I think the answer is no. The racial problem is so big that I even can't imagine that why the reaction of students is so big in this event. But at least, the solution of this kind of problem in Missouri isn't escaping, just like Wolf do in homecoming day. Maybe this is the biggest fault that Wolf makes. I can't deny that other headmasters can do better in this situation, and maybe the racial problem can solve in a long time. But if everybody do nothing, this situation will never change.
By looking this historically, protests never break out for no reason. Protest has its seed, sprout, the process of growth, and its fruit. Since 20th century, the long period discrimination to colored people has sown the seeds of resistance in their hearts as well as colored MU students, especially African American. The long-run neglect and the discrimination by school and President Wolf to the black student has already germinated the seeds of protests. For example, Wolf has been accused of lacking compassion for the minorities. From the first several events referred before, that the inaction of the school plays the role of fertilizer for the sprout, which escalated the conflicts of the protest. The later events referred by Phil finally allowed the plan of protest to bear its fruit. At this point, the protesters already know the acquiescence of the school to racial discrimination, so they have been discriminated and are disheartened and lost the hope to change the school's attitude. They realize that the fact they no longer need school leaders like Wolf, and they really need school leader group who can create an environment of racial equity. So from now, complete expulsion to racially discriminatory leading group becomes the only historic mission for them. And finally, they perfectly accomplishment this mission with the resignation of the school president. This event is one of the biggest racism events which happened in 2015. From this event, we can see the seriousness of the racial discrimination. Fortunately, after this event, the audience who can get profit are colored students. They succeeded in preventing racial discrimination on campus. The incidents promoted people's resistance to racial discrimination. And also, from this event, we can see the strong power of the student protest. Thank you, that's all.